Oh, good morning. Good morning, and thank you for being here with us today. I'm Jim Kunk, and for the past 35 years, I've had the distinct pleasure of representing Huntington Bank in our hometown of Columbus, Ohio. Huntington and Columbus have grown a lot together over the past few decades, and as the outgoing regional president for Central Ohio, I'm proud to be here to kick off this announcement about how we will continue to partner in the growth and future of Columbus. Our neighborhoods, our businesses, and our families will all benefit. We're honored to have our Columbus Mayor, Andy Ginther, with us this morning, along with City Council President Zach Kline, to talk about our ongoing partnership. And I also want to recognize Northland Community Council President Emanuel Remy, who will talk about our announcement today and the positive neighborhood impacts. My colleague, Sue Zazan, who is already on board here at Huntington and is the incoming Central Ohio Region President, will close out our announcements today. So before we get underway, let me recognize a few partners here today. We also have City Council members Mike Stinziano and Priscilla Tyson with us this morning, so thank you for being here. I'd also like to recognize two members of Huntington's Board of Directors who I think were going to be here. It was Tanny Crane and Kathy Rancier. Did they make it yet? They've been very supportive of the Columbus community too. Thank you all for being part of today's announcement. So now let's hear it for Steve Stine, our CEO.
Good morning. What a thrilling day it is for all of us at Huntington. I can remember a couple of years ago when we made an announcement about staying in the city and extending our lease at the headquarters. And so today is one of those capstones for me, and it's especially significant. Andy and I were talking, Mayor Ginther and I were talking, I should say, as he was campaigning to be mayor, about doing things in the neighborhoods and his focus on the neighborhoods, along with Zach and obviously the City Council. So it's a real honor for us to be in a position today. We're going to make 3 sets of announcements, which is why this is just so important to us. And we think about America's opportunistic city, America's smart city, Columbus's neighborhoods, the things that Andy is and the council have stood for and are doing so well. And this is a special moment for us. Now, we started the year with our 150th, I'm going to say sesquicentennial. I think it's something close to that. I've been practicing all year. This is a capstone for us to be able to say to Columbus, where we were founded 150 years ago, almost to the day, how important the community has been and supportive the community has been with our growth. So as many of you are aware, we were able to combine with First Merit during this year. That's another great Ohio company around for more than a century and a half. And as a result, we have #1 branch share in Ohio. We're the largest bank in Ohio by a number of measures. But it's not about size. It's about how we conduct ourselves and the relationships we have and what we can do together as partners in the community. And I really believe that. So I'm very, very pleased and proud to talk about 3 announcements today. First is this magnificent structure that Meyer was willing to sell to us, that gives us the ability to expand our presence in this neighborhood as well as in Columbus. This is a significant investment on our part. When we're done with our investments for the building itself, it'll be a little over $18 million. You're going to see a lot of glass, that wonderful Huntington green reflected everywhere. I'd like this to be the greenest neighborhood in the city, Mayor, for lots of reasons. We are, I think, going to be in a position to make a meaningful impact on the immediate neighborhood. And that is just so exciting for us as we think about Northland and the gateway here. We're going to call this a Gateway Operations Center, and it's going to have some very unique features. We've got great design. We've got our partners from AVI on the food system helping us design. We have different partners working with us to make this a building and a location that millennials want to come to and work at, in addition to being part of the Huntington team. So really, really pleased with how this is coming together. It's going to go quickly. Once we start, we're going to drive it, and it'll be open next year, certainly by this time, and I'm hoping much sooner. Now with this, it puts us in a position, because of this floor plate of just over 210,000 square feet, to be able to bring more jobs into the city. And so the second part of the announcement this morning, one I'm very proud of, is over the next, I think we said 8 years, we will add another 1,000 jobs here at this location, but here in Columbus. And I think that's a big one. So it's a testimonial to the support we receive from the community, our ability to grow here and elsewhere, and frankly, the partnerships that we have, the wonderful partnerships that we have here. You know, that building, as some reporter asked, why Columbus? Could be anywhere. I said it could be anywhere, but this is our hometown. And it means a lot to us what we do and how we invest, how we behave here in Columbus. Now, that's the second part of the announcement, 1,000 jobs in addition to the $18 million of capital. The third is one that I'm especially thrilled, and this is something, again, as the mayor was in a campaign position, we talked about the neighborhoods. We wanted to partner and do some important things in the neighborhoods as he assumed the mantle. And so today we've got an important component of this announcement is a $300 million set of initiatives in the neighborhoods here in Columbus, especially here in Linden, but not limited. It's throughout the city. There's $175 million of targeted lending that we will do. And these will be for smaller businesses. These will be businesses that create jobs. We're going to bring 1,000. These loans will bring thousands, not 8,000, thousands of jobs into the neighborhoods, I believe. And I'm very, very interested in the success of that. Secondly, these facilities, just, you know, in order to put the jobs, you need locations. You need opportunities to house employees. And we've got $100 million of targeted, again, neighborhood community development loans and grants that we'll make in order to put jobs in the neighborhoods where people live and work. I think that's really important as we go forward. And the third component of that is we're looking at, and we will be driving some new homeowner loan programs into the neighborhoods. So whether it's revitalization or acquisition or for some people even refinance, we want to make the neighborhoods better, more wholesomely better by jobs and quality of housing. And we're only able to make these because, again, of this wonderful partnership and the support we receive from all of you. So very, very pleased, proud to be at Huntington, proud of what we are doing together to impact the quality of lives here in Central Ohio. And with that, the smart city of the world mayor, the neighborhood mayor of the world, Mayor Ginther. Andy, thank you.
Well, thank you, Steve, and for all of you joining us here today. What a great day in the city of Columbus. A great day to celebrate how far we've come and a special connection that this city has with our hometown bank. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's so many folks that are focused on the next quarter. Huntington has always been focused on the next quarter century and beyond. And to celebrate 150 years of great partnership and this commitment here today to Columbus and Columbus neighborhoods just reinforces the special bond and relationship this city has with Huntington, our hometown bank. Thrilled to have President Kline and members of Columbus City Council. Councilmember Mitch Brown is here as well as the other members that were mentioned earlier. I want to thank our outstanding team at development, Director Steve Shoney, Mark Lundeen, Anthony Slappy, all from the development team that helped bring this together. And would be remiss without mentioning Barbara Benham, who was critical in putting this agreement and successful partnership to completion. You know, Columbus is in a time of unprecedented growth. We're the 15th largest city in the United States and the 13th fastest growing city in the nation. Central Ohio could be home to as many as 3 million people by 2050. We're an international economic powerhouse with a gross metropolitan product of $118 billion, an economy larger than 142 countries and 17 states. We enjoy a AAA bond rating by all three rating agencies, which means we can borrow money to invest in neighborhoods and our people for continued development at a much lower rate. Unemployment is at an all-time low. But we know that not every family in every neighborhood has shared in the success story that is Columbus. And that's what today is all about. Our growth and development cannot be sustained if opportunities are not available to everyone. Neighborhoods, neighborhoods, neighborhoods. You've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. They are the lifeblood of any great city. And it is critically important that we make sure that our neighborhoods remain our top priority in the years ahead. We're working hard to make sure city dollars are spent in ways that benefit programs and development opportunities throughout all of the neighborhoods in Columbus, especially those that have not experienced and shared in the success story since the recovery. But the city cannot do all of that work alone. For a sustained shared prosperity, we need partners with a commitment and a belief in this city as strong as ours. Huntington has been that leader and has been an excellent partner to the city and to the Northland neighborhood in particular. In 2003, it redeveloped the Morse Road Northland Operations Center. Huntington has added 500 jobs to the Columbus area since 2010. And as Steve mentioned with this announcement, they'll be looking to add an additional 1,000 jobs to the area by 2024. Jobs are critically important, but they're not the only thing. Huntington is looking for ways to provide opportunities in two of our top priority neighborhoods, Linden and right here in Northland. You know, I see Dave Cooper here and Emanuel Remy. They were some of the first folks that reached out to me when Meyer announced its departure here with concerns about the hole that it would leave in this community and neighborhood. Well, Dave and Emanuel, Steve Stine and the city of Columbus have stepped up to make sure that Northland continues to thrive in the future, because we believe that Northland is one of our great neighborhoods. The lending resources, the bank is committed to connect with small businesses and home borrowers in low to moderate income Columbus neighborhoods will create positive impacts in street-by-street improvements throughout our great city. I'm excited by what the Huntington Gateway Operations Center will bring to this neighborhood and to Huntington's commitment to the city and to the people of Columbus. In a week, we're giving thanks for many things in our lives. As the mayor of this great city, I want to give thanks to a partner, a leader, a pace setter, a trailblazer in Steve Steinauer and Huntington Bank. They were some of the first folks to come to me to talk about how they could get actively involved in investing back into our neighborhoods and to the people of Columbus. And as usual, Steve and Huntington have stood and delivered. And we are so proud to be here today to celebrate this announcement and investment into the people of Columbus. We wouldn't be able to do this without the great partnership and leadership of our outstanding legislative leader and our legislative branch. It's now my honor to introduce to you Council President Zach Kline.
Good morning. Microphone's never set to me when Ginther talks first. Got to move him up a little bit. How y'all doing? What a great day to be in the Northland area, the 161 Cleveland Avenue corridor, and the growth because of Steve Steinauer and Jim Kunk, Barbara Benham, and all our friends at Huntington, and the transformation that is going to take place because of your efforts. And just how grateful we are with our friends in the Northland Community Council, their president, Emanuel Remy, and supporter in the business community here, Dave Cooper, for the opportunities that are going to be presented because of Huntington's investment in this area. I was talking to Steve prior to us getting going with the conference here, and Columbus really is a special place. We're not without our challenges, but we tackle all of the opportunities that we have, all of those challenges that we have. We tackle them together, the private sector and the public sector. And I'm sorry, you pick up the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, that doesn't happen everywhere. It happens here because we have a business community that wants to work with the public sector and doesn't view the public sector as the enemy, and vice versa. That we forge the relationships that are necessary because of the 3 or 4 time population increase that we're going to see in this growing community over the next 30 years. We cannot do it alone out of City Hall. We can't do it alone out of Franklin County government. We can't do it alone out of the State House or the governor's office. We have to stand hand in hand to tackle all of these major problems that we have together. It takes public resources and it takes private resources for us to make the significant investment, not only with the 1,000 jobs that are going to be created, that are going to give individuals the chance to have economic upward mobility to pull themselves out of the situation they could be in or enhance their career to provide for their family. But the $300 million investment that's going to be made in neighborhoods, in small business, in mortgage lending, to individuals and families that are looking to get a home or to start a business and have the true growth of jobs. Because when President Ginther was the head of City Council, me and President Pro Tem Tyson and other members of council at the time started a small business roundtable of what we could do to make significant investment in small business, because that is the true engine of economic growth. And the number one thing we heard was access to capital. And here we have a player like Huntington that is stepping up with a $100 million investment in access to capital so that jobs can be created for all individuals, not just here at the Gateway, but across Linden and across the Hilltop. So thank you for being a good friend. Thank you for being the partner that we want you to be, and for loving the city of Columbus and making the investment here. And I want to bring up a true neighborhood champion, my friend, Emanuel Remy, the president of the Northland Community Council.
Good morning to everybody. It's a great day here in Northland, and I got to tell you that, Northland's an area that's 25 square miles and maybe one of the most diverse areas in the city of Columbus, between Hamilton Road's new construction and in the heart of Northland, right here where we stand, being part of the old Northland. And so I'm in the fortunate position when things like Meyer closing happen, I'm not sitting around worried that the building's going to sit here empty. I'm worried about who we're going to get to fill the shoes that were left behind here. And I knew through the partnerships that we've had over the years with not only our great mayor of America's Opportunity City, President Kline, President Pro Tem Tyson, and all the members of council, that strong partnership with the Director of Development, Steve Shoney. This is a direct reflection of the culmination of many, many collaborative efforts that have been going on since 2002 when they reinvested into the Morris Road corridor. Huntington's been such a strong partner. And I got to tell you, we were working, I saw President Curtis Stitt here, the president of CODA. We worked for many, many years to bring that C-Max line and win that bid for this Cleveland Avenue corridor. And the reinvestment that we're about to see in the infrastructure out here made perfect sense for Huntington to put this type of development here so people in the Linden area, people from downtown, can have easy transit up into the Northland area. We are super excited. It's always about putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and today you're seeing a lot of those pieces come exactly together like they should. And so we're very, very happy to have Huntington's commitment to the area. As a realtor, I'm a big proponent of probably the best low-to-mod mortgage product that anybody offers around. Anytime I have somebody investing in a low to moderate income tract, I send them right over to Huntington to make sure that they get a phenomenal product and a way to live affordably in a low to moderate income tract. So there's so many great things being talked about today. The new jobs, we're just excited, and thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to work with you and continue to work with you and have a firm stake in the center of Northland. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I'm Sue Zazon, the incoming Central Ohio president for Huntington. I'm very excited to be here. I get the pleasure of closing the program out. Thank you, Emanuel, for your comments, and also Mayor Ginther and President Kline for your partnership today and going forward. Huntington is indeed growing, and I represent a big part of that growth. I am from First Merit, and I am joining the Huntington and filling Jim Kunk's shoes as the Central Ohio president. And I am thrilled and absolutely overjoyed with the announcement of this wonderful new opportunity. More importantly, the new jobs. There will be 1,000 new jobs in the next 8 years when we reach 2024. And all of those jobs will be new to Columbus. My 4 oldest children that have chosen to live and come home from New York and Chicago are all living in the city of Columbus. So there you go. I got to keep them in there. So actually, my oldest son just bought a house on Sinclair Road. So he's growing the Columbus city. So thank you very, very much. So I just want to thank you for joining us, for being a part of this celebration. I do believe the inside is open if anybody wants to go in and take a look at it. Green is quickly becoming my favorite color also. And so I'm very appreciative. Thank you very, very much. And we really appreciate all your partnerships. Have a great day.